guys, welcome back. This is part 3 of answering some of the questions for Nintendo Switch 2, and with some crazy experiments, that you guys can do if you want to. Not trying to break your console. Don't try to break the console, okay? Don't try it, no, please don't. But let's get into it. And these will be only gameplay, so let's get into it. First question: what happens if you plug 2 left Joy-Cons at the same time? So we already know that the 2 Joy-Cons can be detached and can be reattached in pretty much any way you want to. But what happens if you plug in not 1 but 2 left Joy-Cons? Well, you plug it in, and what happens? Well, the system doesn't really see the Joy-Con as plugged. So yeah, the system doesn't seem to know. So yeah, it doesn't work. Next question: what happens if you plug 2 right Joy-Cons at the same time? The same thing, but this time we're going to the right. Come on, we gotta do left, right. This one is it the same? Is there a difference? Yeah, I want to say the exact same result. So yeah. Next question: what happens when you plug 2 different USB cameras at the same time? So this one, we already know that you don't have to use the Nintendo Switch 2 official camera as any USB camera will fit. But here's the thing: we plug both of them at the same time. Well, if you plug both of them at the same time, well, the first one works fine. Plug the second one, and it works, but the lights doesn't work. So, but you unplug it, and it switches back to the second one. So, and plug it back in, and it's still using the USB camera. So basically, so anything you plug in first will always work first. So, yeah. Next question: can you connect a Joy-Con 1 and Joy-Con 2 together as a single controller? The Nintendo Switch 2 is compatible with the accessories from the Nintendo Switch 1, provided with Bluetooth. Normally, if you want to use 2 Joy-Con 2 or 2 Joy-Con 1 to play, but can you combine those? So let's do it. So if you do compare both of them, all right, compare that, and it just looks okay. I don't know if it looks wrong, but the same bunch, everything's working great. So it actually does work. It works. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Can you plug a USB mouse instead of using the Joy-Con 2 mouse mode? Now, the Joy-Con mouse is also a cool feature. It actually works really well, and I'm really impressed by how it works. But here's the question: can we use a USB mouse? Like, I want to look at like a mouse, like an actual mouse, So plug it into the Switch 2 dock, and it doesn't work at all. So yeah, it doesn't work at all. Sadly, it doesn't work. Sorry. Next question: can you get your hand stuck in the Joy-Con magnets? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure how you get your hand stuck in there, but you want to try. All right, let's try it out. All right, try it out, and you can kind of get stuck. It hurts a little bit. But yeah. So you can get your finger stuck on it, and it hurts a little. So to all the kids out there, do not be dumb and put your freaking finger on the magnet. Don't do that. Next question: what happens if you remove the SD card while the Switch 2 is on? The classic one. So remove the SD card, which is on the bottom of the Switch 2. All right, remove it, and it just says we have a very charging message. The SD card has been removed. The system is about to turn off. Always turn off the power for removing the micro SD card. So power the console, and you boot it back up, reboot it, and everything works fine. So, well, yeah. So now let's do something else. Let's see if I can grab a game. Right, grab a game. Okay, it's downloading, and then so you're downloading Resident Evil. All right. And then remove the SD card while it's downloading, and you have the classic error screen. So yeah, turn it back on, and and it gives a little message here saying it's unable to access the micro SD card. So yeah, there was a problem with the download. There was a problem and download had to be stopped. Restart the download and download canceled, and there's actually a lot of messages that pops up. So yeah, just download it and it works. So go on my SD card and hooray, it works. Hooray. And it's even, fun fact, it even downloads faster now. So I definitely want to do that, but once again, if you decide you want to try this experiment, well, you might be lucky and everything could be all good. Or it could corrupt all your data. Maybe. Don't try this at home. Don't do it. Don't try it. Alright, next question. What happens if you try to go online on a Switch 2 and a Switch 1 at the same time? I've heard it seem like a dumb question, but I'm actually kind of curious now. I'm kind of curious. If you want to play a game like Mario Kart World online, you know, so let's say you want to play the two latest Mario Kart games. And no, I'm not counting Mario Kart Tour or Mario Kart Circuit Home. No, I'm not counting those. But I'm talking about the two latest Mario Kart games on a home console. So like this one, Mario Kart World for the Switch 2, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch 1. So you boot up this game, Mario Kart World, all right, and let's say you boot up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on your Switch 1, the OG Switch. So you go to online, play, try to connect and see what happens, and get connected. All right, race people worldwide. All right, Mario Kart World. All right, gonna go to race, grab any character, like just I don't know, use Baby Luigi, I guess. Grabbing a cart, any cart, and yeah, see, actually possibly playing 2 online games at once, because your same account will still be playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because you're spectating, and Mario Kart World you're just spectating as well. So you can't get kicked out. So as long as it's a different game, you'll be fine. You can play both those games at the same time. Next question: what happens if you plug a Switch 2 with a Switch 1? We're gonna run a USB-C cable between both of them and see what happens. So, all right, so to make it simple, you got a cable, get the consoles. Okay, plug in the 2 consoles. All right, and no one's charging, so nothing's happening. It's kind of lame result, isn't it? So nothing happens when you plug in two consoles. Doesn't do anything. Sorry. Next question: can you use the Switch 2 camera on your computer? I mean, the USB camera, so it should work, right? So plug in the camera in the USB-C. There's no light, so there's light now. There's light. Is it working? And yes, it actually works. It actually works. It actually works on the PC, so it's actually quite decent. So I think it actually runs better than Switch 2. So yeah, works better. All right, last question. What happens if you hold left on the controller stick while launching the GameCube app? This is the last question. All right, well, on because specific because it shows it's actually Easter eggs in GameCube app. So typically, if you launch the Nintendo GameCube app, well, this happens. Classic startup sound. Now let's get a little spicy here. If you want to, let's hold the left control stick while it does, and it actually give you a different sound. Okay, well maybe not. That's normal. That's the normal sound for the GameCube. That's the normal sound. That's normal. That's the classic GameCube intro. So nothing happens with that, but there's an Easter egg. There's an Easter egg. Let's launch it, and we're gonna be pushing the ZR button or R button at the same time. All right, but make sure you do it right before the Joy-Cons and the Switch 2 logo are connected. So, what sound that makes? Well, this is the sound that makes. Oh, it's this. So yeah, there it goes. It's pretty cool. It's the second intro, and last but not least, let's do the ZR and R while it's booting. So, on 4 different controllers. So let's try that out. All right, so this one, it makes this sound. I'm only going to show it for like 2 seconds. Yep, that's the 3rd intro right there. It's such a cool homage to the GameCube, honestly. I think we have enough. It's safe to say that the Switch 2, my baby, has suffered enough. So hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't watched part 1 or part 2, go watch this video where I answer a bunch of questions. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Have an awesome day. Bye bye. That should be it.